What's up, everybody? And size ass. Currently 1 o'clock. We are pretty much torn down of everything of the Lotus. All components bagged up, everything out of it, all the bits and bobs. Now, this is what we think happened. Nothing to do with fueling. It's a head gasket failure that caused the problem. So, two things. One thing that's not very good anyway is I've got a crap manifold on this side, but that's not the issue. But the head gasket failed here on this silver section at the bottom, which filled this with water. And then from there, as the piston has compressed, it's popped the liner, cracked it straight through and through, obviously. Unfortunately, doing that, we have a pretty much toasted piston. Oh, let's get him straight. Keep him up, there we go. So we've got a pretty much toasted piston, but also one banana conrod. So this piston's pretty much fucked. Well and truly done, but the conrod is also done. There's a bit of pickup on the bearing. Now the head itself looks okay. There's no real damage to any of the valves, or there's no damage at all to any of the valves. We're going to have the head checked. But it appears that the head gasket was going, and that was my misfire. It wasn't down to fuel. But what's basically happened is it's leaked water through this seal into the piston. Piston's compressed it, popped the liner, bent the conrod, hydrolocked the engine. Pretty fucked. What a mother hubbard. So it's back to the drawing board for this one. Check the crank, check the head, check the block, check these rods have not stretched. So there's a lot still to do in finding out parts lists and so on and so forth. Anything to add, Si?
No. You did it properly.
It's proper fucked, yeah.
Lucky you did it under compression and not at 170 mile an hour.
Yeah, it's good that it was...
You would have done more damage.
Yeah, it's good that it was in here trying to start the thing up, and obviously that's what's happened.
That's just the compression on the crank over on the start and on the starter motor.
It's pretty toast. But yeah, could have been worse if it was under load and under power. It probably would have detonated big time. And we're probably seeing a dead engine completely. But as it happens, it's just
the light has done its job. Yeah,
it's just that area. But now I've got to clean everything again, because now we've got metal in the engine.
Luckily it's big bits.
It's quite large fragments of metal, mostly piston ring. From this one here that's missing part of it. But other than that, yeah, it's mostly conrod damage. That's not supposed to be that shape.
That's what was locking up the engine, because it was touching the crank.
Yeah, so we had a slight little interference on the side of the conrod just here. There's a little silver shiny area on the conrod that was stuck against the crank, preventing the engine from turning, which is why I suddenly noticed that it had locked. But obviously we didn't know at the time that it was because there was a hole in the liner and the piston was seized. So pretty good that we found that. Not so good that I now need to fix this and completely strip it back to bare, order some parts and start again. But it's a shame that this was caused by the head gasket failing here. A bit of a bummer, to say the least. But never mind, onward and upward. It's late. Big thanks to Furry, Si, Dan, who have all been here helping, cleaning, handing me shit, taking a piss. It's been a good, yeah, you're arse, mate. We really need to get you to the vets. It's been fun. A good end, and we've found something wrong with it. You know, it would have been a pain had we taken it apart and not seen any issues at all. But we know now what we need to fix, or should I say, we know now what I need to pay for to get it fixed. So I'm looking forward to that bill. So slightly gutted, very pissed about the engine, but you know, it is what it is. It gives me time to do more to it and sort it out and do better things to it. And it's just a learning process. It's always a learning process. Just a rather expensive one. But that's it for today. It's Sunday morning, 1 o'clock, 1:05. We're going home to bed. Not together.
You don't want to spoon me?
I haven't got a big enough spoon. Fucker. See you tomorrow. Bye.